Welcome back, my little readers. I am so excited to hear how many of you are reading along with me, how many of you are trying some of these books and everything that's going on behind the scenes of that. So thank you so much for sharing that information with me. I love the communication. This week I am talking about book 12, which is Start With Why by Simon Sinek. What an intense book. It was very, very interesting. This tied a lot into the power of habit and how we become almost addicts for things. And so it's talking about how we all know what we do, we know how we do it, especially in business sense, right? We know what we do, we know how we do it, but what is the why behind it? Why are we actually doing what we're doing, and what is our big value and our big reason behind that? Because that's what people buy into, right? If I was to talk about coaching and say, I coach, and I'm going to give you a better bang for your buck, and it's going to be good, and I promise you're going to get a result. That's awesome. But when you know that it's just because of a passionate love for people and seeing them empowered and turning them into rock stars, right? These gut level rock stars, and overcoming trauma and building businesses, and right? That's one thing clients often tell me is my excitement for what they're doing in their lives is what often can help drive and push them towards where they're going. And so taking it out of a business sense, he gives an example in here about doing business is like dating. Page 75, and I'm going to just read the section to you. I'd like to introduce you to our imaginary friend Brad. Brad is going on a date tonight. It's a first date, and he's pretty excited. He thinks the woman he's about to meet is really beautiful, that she makes a great prospect. Brad sits down for dinner, and he starts talking. I am extremely rich. I have a big house and drive a beautiful car. I know lots of famous people. I'm on TV all the time, which is good because I'm good looking. I've actually done pretty well for myself. The question is, does Brad get a second date? The way we communicate and the way we behave is all a matter of biology. That means we can make some comparisons between the things we do in our social lives and the things we do in our professional lives. After all, people are people. To learn how to apply why to a business situation, you needn't look much further than how we act on a date. Because in reality, there is no difference between sales and dating. In both circumstances, you sit across the table from someone and hope to say enough of the right things to close the deal. Of course, you could always opt for a manipulation or two, a fancy dinner, dropping hints of tickets that you have or whom you know, and depending on how badly you want to close the deal, you could tell them anything they want to hear. Promise them the world, and the odds are good that you will actually close the deal once, maybe twice. With time, however, maintaining that relationship will cost more and more. No matter the manipulations you choose, this is not the way to build a trusting relationship. In Brad's case, it is obvious that the date did not go well. The odds are not good that he will get a second date, and he's certainly not done a good job of laying the foundation. Then we're going to skip forward a little bit. Let's send Brad out again, but this time he's going to start with why. You know what I love about my life, he starts this time? I get to wake up every day to do something I love. I get to inspire people to do things that inspire them. It's the most wonderful thing in the world. In fact, the best part is trying to figure out all the different ways I can do that. It really is amazing, and believe it or not, I've actually been able to make a lot of money from it. I bought a nice big house and a nice car. I get to meet lots of famous people and get to be on TV all the time, which is fun because I'm kind of good looking. I've been lucky that I am doing something that I love. I've actually been able to do pretty well because of it. This time, the chances Brad will get a second date, assuming that whoever is sitting across from him believes what he believes, went up exponentially. More importantly, he's also laying a good foundation for a relationship, one based on values and beliefs. He said all the same things as on the first date. The only difference is he started with a why, and all the whats, all the tangible benefits served as proof of that why. So, if you own a business, what is your why? Why do you do what you do? Every store, right? You get, like for computers, for example, he talks about those. There's Dell and there's Mac and there's all these different computer companies, but the only one that has like a cult following is Mac. Apple has this cult following, not because they make the greatest products or they have the best timing on or they have the best customer service or any of those things, because everybody is so bought into their why that no matter what they do, what product they put out, what's going to happen, they will buy them. Harley Davidson is another one like that. Starbucks is turning into another one like that, right? So what is your company's why? And when you can figure that out, and then you can engage your management, your staff, your customers in that why, they will buy in. They will buy into who you are and what you do and how you do it, but on a deeper level. So, companies, page 100. Companies that study their competitors in hopes of adding the features and benefits that will make their products better are only working to entrench the company in what it does. Companies with a clear sense of why tend to ignore their competition, whereas those with a fuzzy sense of why are obsessed with what others are doing. So, if you're looking for your why, if you're trying to figure out what that is, how to get it, and then how to use that within your company, I highly, highly recommend this book. This was a really interesting one, and I'm excited to read his next one. It's on my list of Leaders Eat Last. That's going to be coming up here in about 30 books. So check back next week. We're going to have the next review. Hope you're having an outstanding day.